No doubts. Then good. So let us move today. So yesterday we have discussed how we have to create the table and what and all parameters to require the table. So within that parameters, table name and column name we have discussed. So today we are going to discuss about the data types. Data types. So our Arkel supports two types of data types, guys. One is built-in data type, another one is user-defined data types. So user built-in data types means by default, the Arkel provides some data types which supports by the our Arkel database. So those are called built-in data types. Default data types is called built-in data types. So user-defined data types. So even user can create their own defined data type. Even we can create our own user-defined data type. We can create our data type based on our requirement. We can create our own defined data type as well. So that is called user-defined data type. We will see this one is a later. So now we are going to discuss about the built-in data types. So there are multiple built-in data types. Are is there character data type, number data type, date time data type, large objects data type, row ID data type, and long and raw data types. Long and raw data types. So these are the 6 types we have. Let's see one by one. What is character data type? So character data type is used to store alphabetic or alphanumeric data. Alphabetic or alphanumeric data. So that means, so either character data, character or string data type we can call it. So character or string data types is used to store the alphabetic or alphanumeric data. Alphanumeric data. So character is a case sensitive. Either small case or capital letter. So if we declare smaller letter, capital letters, small case, uppercase. If table names, if you declare a small case or uppercase, how it will be stored in database, guys? If I entered smaller case, how that will be stored in database? Table name.
Yes, uppercase.
So it's by default, it's stored in the uppercase only. But in case of data, so like the table, once you declare the table, we will insert the data in the database, right? So while you are inserting data into a database, if you give smaller case, that will be stored in the smaller case only. If we give in uppercase, that will be stored in the uppercase only. So based on the insertion of data, how you are inserted. See this one. If you insert in smaller case, by default, if you insert in smaller case, it will be inserted in the smaller case only. If you insert uppercase, that will be inserted in the uppercase. How you try to store the data, either smaller case or uppercase. In same case, the data will be stored. So in case of table name, in case of column names, by default, either a smaller case, uppercase you entered, that doesn't matter. By default, it stores the uppercase only. By default, that will be stored in uppercase only. Clear? So we can insert alpha numeric plus characters by using the character data type. So like this we can insert, and like this we can insert. So anything, how the server will treat it as character data type, how that server will understand that the data which we are storing, how that will be considered as string data type. Anything which is given within single quotes like this, within single quotes like this. Anything which is given in within single quote, the server will treat it as it is a character data type. It is a string data type. So there are multiple types under the character data type. So you don't need to worry nchar and nvarchar2. Nchar and nvarchar2 is national character language. That means by default, how the data is stored, how it will be accepted to store the data in database, guys, in the form of English. I mean, in the English language only, no, in English language only. So if you want to store any other languages also, then you have to declare nchar and nvarchar2. So we never use in real time. We use char and varchar2. Okay. So what is char data type? It is fixed length data type. It is fixed length data type. Maximum size is 2000 bytes. The maximum size is 2000 bytes. So the default size is 1 byte. The default size is 1 byte. Data type is mandatory. Data type is mandatory. I mean, not data type, guys. Data type size. Size is not mandatory. Data type size is not mandatory. So anywhere in any technology, if you see this bracket, this is called not mandatory. If you see this bracket, it is called mandatory. It is called mandatory. So if you see this type of brackets is, this type of bracket is not mandatory. This type of brackets. If you see this bracket, it is a mandatory. So why I have given 2? Why I have mentioned here 2? Sometimes if you want to insert more than 1 byte, then you have to declare. You must also declare. So that's the reason I mentioned like this. So what is the default size, guys? The size is not mandatory. If I declare like this, what is the default size? The default size is 1 byte. So by default, server will take a 1 byte. If you don't declare size by default, the server will take as 1 byte. So it is a fixed length data type. Maximum bytes data we can store. Maximum how many bytes data we can store, guys? 2000 bytes data we can store. So the syntax is column name, data type, and size. If you want to declare size, then you have to declare it like this. For example, if you take student information, first name, data type, size, gender, data type. Let's see in practically. Select the table underscore name. Whether we have student table, let me check. There is no student table. Okay. Create. How to create a table, guys? Create table student. So I wanted to take student ID. So I'm just giving, leave about that. First name I am taking directly. So what is the first name? The name will be What type of data, guys? We are inserting alphabetic or
Characters.
so it's a characters, right? So which data type you have to declare? Character data type you have to declare. So we have multiple character data types. Let's see one char data type, varchar data type, and varchar2. 3 we have. So let's see first one char data type. Char. So the name will be, it will be lengthy, right? For example, 20 bytes maybe. 20 bytes means, for example, if you take full name, Venkataramana, for example. How many bytes we have here? 3, 3, 6, 7. Even space also it will consider as 1 byte. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 14 bytes data it is. So like that, it may lengthy. So some people names lengthy. That's the reason I have taken 20, comma. Gender I have taken. Here also I have taken char. So I'm not declaring any size for that. I'm not declaring any size for that. So it is called, once your statement is completed, you have to declare delimiter. This is called delimiter. Semicolon or something, some people will call it as, right? It is called delimiter. In our database terminology, we will call it as a delimiter. So let's enter. Table is created. So what I said, guys, char data type is a fixed length data type. Char data type is a fixed length data type, and the size is not mandatory. By default, it will take 1 byte. 1 byte. So maximum size, how much we can declare?
2000.
2000 bytes. So let's see, maximum 2000 bytes. So create table student. I am taking 2001. Maximum size I said we can declare 2000 bytes. 2001 I have declared. See, specified length is too long for its date type. So whatever you specified the length, it is too long for its date type. What is the date type? Char. For char, it is too long because maximum we can declare 2000 bytes only. Let's see. See, 2000. Can we able to create? Can we able to declare 2000 bytes?
Yes.
Yes. So maximum size is 2000 bytes. This one is clear. I explained. So data type size is not mandatory. So is it mandatory to declare the data type size?
No.
No. So this one is satisfied. So I wanted to explain these two. I should explain these 2 points, right? So let's see. The default size is 1 byte. Did we able to declare the size? No. Here I haven't declared the size. So how to check the table details, whether how many columns are there, what is the data type for that, what is the size for that, whether the column is having null or not, what is, sorry, what is the command?
Description.
So describe the table. DESC, student. Let's see, first name. First name is char data type. What is the size? What is the size, guys?
2000.
Gender column. For gender column, did we here declared any data type here? Data type size?
No.
By default, see. By default, how many bytes of data it has taken?
1 byte.
1 byte. So we can insert a single byte of data. We can insert only single byte. So let's see insert. Let me drop. I don't need the table. Again, we will create it. Okay. So create table student. So I'm taking first name or else name you can take char data type 20 bytes. 20 bytes. Next gender char I have declared. So table is created. Let us try to insert the data. Insert into student values. So how you have to insert the data, guys? I mean, how the server, okay, let's see directly we can see. Name I am taking here, Mansoor. So gender I am giving here, M or else MALE. So you don't need to worry about this syntax and statement. We will discuss in the insert command just to see how the errors will come, how you need to take action. So here column not allowed here. Where it is not allowing?
Mansoor, Mansoor is a character type, so we have to put.
Here if you observe star, where the error it is indicating star here. In mail it is indicating. Why it is indicating here?
We have mentioned only one character, so
by default carries 1 byte. So how many bytes we can insert? Only 1 byte we can insert. So, but the size of this column is only 1 byte, but we are trying to insert how many bytes? 4 bytes. That's the reason it is raising the error. So only 1 byte we have to give. So if you observe column not allowed here, even still error it is showing here.
we have to put the string type in quotes. Sorry.
So as I said,
No,
any
perform.
data which is given in single quote, which is treated as character data type. When the server will treat it as character data type, when guys, when you given any data in single quote, then only the server will be treated as character data type. Then only it will be treated as character data type. So the column will accept only string data. You need to make the data as a string. See now. Now where it is showing in Mansoor, because that is the column. In which column we are trying to insert? Name column. Name column data type is character data type. I mean string data type. So how you need to insert the data? You must and should insert in the single quotes only. Then only the server will understand it is a string data or character data. See, one row insert. One row inserted. Okay, let's see, for example, I am taking Venkat inserted. Tech solutions. Only tech. So now I am taking some data. So what is the issue? Value too long for the column. Schema name. Venki schema, I mean username, dot table name, student table, then column name. What is this, guys? Actual is 30, maximum is 20. What is the issue? In which column we are trying to insert this data? Name column. Name column, how many bytes maximum it can store?
20 bytes.
20
bytes.
the maximum it can store 20 bytes. But how many bytes we are trying to insert?
30.
30 bytes. So that is the reason the column length is too large for the whatever the data. The value is too large for this name column. It is raising error. Okay. So how many bytes we declare, those many the maximum that many bytes only we can insert the data. That is one point you should remember. So another one is the data which you are trying to insert, you must and should give if it is a string data in the single quotes only. For example, I am just giving, it is a string data, right? I am giving 1000. Why it is accepted? It is a numeric data, right?
No, char will accept character and alphanumeric.
Very good. So what we discussed, the character data type is used to store alphabetic and alphanumeric. So that means numbers plus alphabetic letters it will accept. Even if you put single quote also, it will accept because it will treat it as string now. It will treat it as here number now. So for string data types, we can insert numbers, we can insert characters, both it will accept. Okay. Now let's see. Select name column. I wanted to show the length of that column data. So you don't need to worry about this column, this function. We will discuss these functions in the functions concept. There will be a functions concept, it will come. Character functions, number functions. There we can discuss. Okay. From student table. Let's see. Mansoor, how many bytes data, guys? How many bytes this data, Mansoor? 3, 3, 6.
7.
But if I see length of this column, I am taking length of this column. How many bytes it is showing? Even though we inserted only 7 bytes, it is showing 20 bytes. Here 4 bytes, 5 bytes, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 bytes we inserted the data. But here it has taken 20. Even here 4 bytes only, it has taken 20. Here 4 bytes, 20. Here 6 bytes, 20. Even if we insert 1 byte only, but it is taking 20. Why? Any idea?
It is the maximum length that is allocated to that column, I think.
No. It's very, very important, guys. In interview, they will ask, what is the difference between char and varchar2?
Char is a fixed length.
So char is fixed length data type. Fixed length data type. Fixed means that doesn't matter how many bytes you insert the data. By default, what is the maximum size that will take? The remaining bytes, what it is taking here, you inserted only 6 bytes, remaining 14 bytes data it is there, right? So by default, the server is taking here blank pads. It will be inserted the blank it will be insert. Blank it will be insert. So here you have taken only 1 byte. Remaining it will take blank it will take. It will pad the blank space for this. Pad in the sense attach. So if you even if you give 1 byte, remaining 19 bytes it will take blank space while inserting the data. That's the reason it is showing 20. That's the reason it is showing 20. See here, 4 bytes we have taken. 4 bytes we have taken. Remaining how many bytes it is there?
16.
16. Remaining 16, it will take blank space.
Blank.
It will apply the blank space. So now the database is waste, right? Whatever the bytes. For example, here 1 byte only you have taken. Remaining 19 bytes database is waste, right? Storing space is waste, right? For this also waste, right? You doesn't know, right? The name will be how many length. The remaining length is space waste, right? In the data. Because even if you entered 1 byte, it is taking 20. Even if you entered 4 bytes, it is taking 20. 20 bytes, it is taking by default. If you take 1000 lines, for 1000 into 20, by default, it will take 20,000 bytes, it will take. So the storage of hard disk or database is waste, right? Am I right?
Yeah.
So how you can overcome that issue? To overcome that issue, you have to go for the another date type that is called varchar2 date type. So what is fixed length data type? Did you understand?
Yes.
So fixed length data means that doesn't matter how many bytes data you are trying to insert, you inserted. By default, it will take how many bytes maximum, that many bytes it will take. The remaining bytes, whatever you inserted, the remaining bytes, it will take blank space and it will insert into the database. So that's by that time what will happen? The storage of database is waste. Okay. So what is the char data type is understand? Understand, guys? So now varchar data type, varchar. Even if you declare varchar data type, that will be converted as varchar2 data type only. Varchar2 data type only. So even if you declare varchar data type, that will be converted varchar2 data type only. See, let's create again student table. Create student. So here I am taking varchar data type. Varchar data type. Varchar data type, right? Let's see, table is created. So how to describe a table? Describe student. See, which data type we have declared, guys?
Varchar.
Varchar. How it is converted? See? How it's converted?
Varchar2.
Varchar2. So even if you declare varchar data type, the server will convert it automatically varchar2. So that's the reason we will declare in real time based on the requirement char or varchar2. So now, based on your level of understanding, you can tell me when do you need to declare the char data type? What is the better approach to declare the char data type? When to declare char data type?
When we know the fixed length of the string, I mean, the data we are going to insert, like gender, male or
Yes,
female.
yes.
So in that cases, we can use char.
Very good. Any other cases? If you observe any bank, if you observe,
country code, like we have any, if you are giving like 3 letters, we can use the char data type.
If you observe, if you take any bank IFSC code, is it fixed or not?
Fixed.
So if you go SBI bank, any branch, the IFSC code is fixed. So there we can use the char date type, because as a developer, you should not waste the database size. Okay. So let's go into the next varchar 2. Even if you declare the varchar, it will be converted as varchar 2 date type. So varchar 2 date type is dynamic date type. It is not fixed length date type. It is a dynamic date type. Dynamic means how many bytes you insert the data, only that many bytes it will take. The length it will take, only that many bytes. That doesn't matter how many maximum size byte you declared. For example, you declared 100 bytes, but you inserted only 10 bytes. It will take the database space only 10 bytes. Remaining 90 bytes, it doesn't take the blank space and all, because that is dynamic date type. If the volume of data is more, then it will be stretched. It will take that many bytes. If it is less, that will take that many less only. Maximum how many bytes data we can insert? 4000 bytes. Size is mandatory. Size is mandatory. Let's see. Size is mandatory, right? Let's see. Create table student, varchar 2 date type. I'm not declaring the size. What is the issue? See where it is raising? Name varchar 2 here. Missing left parenthesis. Why it is telling missing left parenthesis? We have to declare the size. Size we have to declare within the left and right parenthesis. So the size is mandatory. So you must and should declare the size. There is no option. So I am declaring again 20. Gender char. Let us insert the data. Okay. Now if you see, we inserted Mansoor. How many bytes this guys?
7.
7 bytes. How many bytes it has taken?
7.
Only 7. But how many bytes we declared?
20.
20. So is it applying any blank space?
No.
No. Then where it will go, that remaining 13 bytes? So we are saving the database. Where it will go? It will send back to the database. From table to, it will send back to the database, so that the database space will be saved. The database space will be saved. Understand? So if you take Venkat, so varchar 2 date type is a dynamic date type. Dynamic date type. How many bytes you insert the data, that will take that many length only. That the length of the size is, that will take how many bytes you inserted, that many bytes data only it will take the length. Remaining byte, it will send back to the database. It doesn't apply any blank space, so that the database size will be saved. You have to make a statement like this, so that they will understand that you are having the knowledge on the database architecture level. How the data is storing, how it will moving, database architecture level, you are having the knowledge. Like that they will consider. 6 bytes you inserted, it will take 6 bytes. 14 bytes you inserted, 14 bytes. So if we observe, only for 6 rows, here we saved 13 bytes, here we saved 14, 27, here we saved 6 bytes, 33. Here you saved 16 bytes, 49. Here you saved again 16. So let us take 5 rows only. 49, 16, 50, 16, I mean 69 or something it will come, right? Yeah, but if you take only 5 rows, around we saved the 70 bytes data. Only 5 rows instead of char. If you take char data type, it will take 100 bytes. So how many bytes we saved? Around 30 bytes, right? I mean around 70 bytes, right? 60 plus or something.
Yes.
80,
So
80 nearly.
yeah. So if you as a developer, you have to think about the database storage. So nowadays everything is taking as a cloud. How they have to pay the amount to the cloud databases? They have to pay the cloud database if they take the third party and all. How much volume they have utilized? For that volume, the company should pay to them. So as a developer, you should focus this thing. So what is the difference between char and varchar2? Char is a fixed length data type. Varchar2 is a dynamic data type. Maximum size we can declare. I mean we can declare 2000 bytes. Here we can declare 4000 bytes. We can store 4000 bytes. So size is not mandatory in char data type. Varchar2 size is mandatory. Understand? Like that you need to explain them. So now you may get doubt. Here you take in the 2000 bytes, here 4000 bytes. Now if I get a requirement, the column should store. You never get. For example, the column should store more than the 4000 bytes string data. How you can store the data? So their concept will come
LOB.
large objects data type, LOB data types, large objects data type, LOB data types, large objects data type. So here, if you even raw data type is there, we never use in real time, guys. LOB data types, CLOB. That means character large object to store the large blocks of character data into the database. So up to how many bytes it will store? 4 GB data it will store in a single column. 4 GB data it will store in a single column. 4 GB data it will store in a single column. You don't need to know these things. 4000 bytes. After that, you can use long data type is used to store variable string data within predefined length. So if you want to store more than 4000 bytes, you can declare long. So for long, you don't need to declare any size. By default, that is maximum size is 2 GB. CLOB, it will be 4 GB. So if you want to store the more than 4000 bytes, you need to go for the long. More than 2 GB, then CLOB. Understand? But you don't need to, we never use this one in real time. Clear, guys? Any doubts in character data type? Anyone is having any doubts? This nchar, nvarchar, nvarchar2, these are, as I said, national character, national varchar2. So if you want to store not only English, other languages also, then you have to go for nchar, nvarchar2 like that. There are some states which store only their local language in foreign countries. So those will be stored. This will be used this one. Okay. Next is number data type. Number data type is used to store the numeric data only. Numeric data only. Number data type is used to store numeric data only. How we can declare number data type? Precision and scale. Precision and scale. So here precision is mandatory, guys, or not? Is precision is mandatory? In which bracket it is there? As I said, wherever you can see this bracket, that is not mandatory. Any technology in IT field, wherever you can see this bracket, that is mandatory. So now precision is mandatory or not? It is mandatory. Scale?
Not mandatory.
Not mandatory. So number data type is used to store number data into a column, or else numeric data into a column. Numeric data into a, if you want to store number data, numeric data into a column, you can use the number data type. It is a dynamic data. It is also dynamic data. It doesn't waste the storage. So the maximum size, how many bytes we can declare, guys? 38 bytes. So that means we can store 38 digits. 38 digits. When you declare a size, maximum 38 bytes we can store the data. We can declare 38 bytes only. How this precision and scale consider? How it will be considered? Scale is nothing but decimal values. Precision is nothing but integer values. This is called integer. This is called decimal value. Decimal means after, I mean, you know, right? We will put dot something 00. This is called decimal value. This is called precision. So now, for example, salary I have declared number 7,2. Number 7,2. Now, how many decimal value, guys? Here, 2 decimal values. The 2 decimal value, the size will be within this precision only. How it will be considered while storing the data? 7 minus 2 equal to 5. So the precision value, it can allow only 5 bytes. Precision means the integer value, it allows only 5 bytes. Because the scale is within this precision only. Total, this will be considered as total length. Total length 7. Decimal value scale is 2. 7 minus 2, 5. What is 5 here? 5 is precision now. Understand? If you don't declare the decimal, scale value, then it directly take the integer only. For example, SID number 4,4 I have taken. What is the possibilities to insert the data? Minus 992, 99992, 9999. Till there we can, in between these values we can insert. Why we are not able to insert 10,000 minus 10,000 and 10,000? Here, guys, why we are not able to insert? How many bytes we declare the size here?
4.
4. How many? 10,000 means how many bytes?
5.
5 bytes. So that means you are not allowed to insert 5,000 bytes, 10,000. So the maximum values we can insert in between this range only, no? Minus 99,992, 9999. In between this range or not? Because the possibility is 2 bytes, 2 bytes, 4 bytes, 2, 4 bytes. If I go beyond 10,000 here, 5 bytes, it will become here. If I go, it will become 10,000. So in between this range only we can declare. See, total 7 means this will be considered as total size. 7 minus 2. 5 bytes is the integer value. Integer means precision value. So 2 bytes is the for decimal value. Clear? Understand, guys? Let's see in practically. So now create table student or else okay. Create table student. First, student ID I need to store. Student ID. Which data type I have to declare, guys?
Number.
Number data type, because ID is a numeric data.
Integers.
Number data type. So I will try to declare 40. Next is first name. Name, should I declare the char?
No, varchar.
Why we have to declare where char? We doesn't know, right?
Because
The people
yeah,
student first name will be, it is not fixed. Some people will have only very lengthy names. Some people will have the only very two short names. So we should not waste the size. First name is 10 I have taken. Last name. Again, varchar 2. Here 20 bytes. Gender, we can take the char. So now, what is the issue?
out of
Numeric
range.
precision, subset is out of range. It is telling 1 to 38. What is the issue?
The numeric range is out of space.
What is the maximum space?
38 only.
So maximum number data type we can declare. How many bytes, guys? 38 bytes only. The maximum size we can declare 38 bytes. 38 bytes. So we can change the 38. See, now it will be table is created. See, does it accept it?
Yes.
So maximum we can declare. For example, if I need to store more than 38 digits means what should I do? More than 38 means what should I do? For example, so I am trying to insert into student values. Student values. Yes side I am taking. Now first name is I am taking. Last name I have taken. Gender I am taking. Inserted, right? For example, it's not 38. What is the issue? Value larger than specified precision allowed for this column. Maximum how many bytes we declare?
38.
38. So if we need to store more than 38 digits, what should I do? Huh?
Varchar.
No. So don't declare the size, that's it. This table is created. So
Yes.
each size is mandatory for number data type?
No.
No. Now if we can try to insert more than 30 digits. Can you able to insert?
Yes.
So if you want to insert more than 38 is data, then you can go for the then you should not declare the size, that's it. See, we inserted 40 bytes data. 40 bytes data. But you never get a requirement like this in real time. I am just explaining you the subject. If you suppose if you get a requirement, you should be ready, right? Okay. So if you declare a size, the maximum we can insert the 38 digits. If you don't declare a size, we can insert more than 38 digits also. More than 38 digits also. Clear, guys? For example, drop table student or else create table. Table name is employee 1 table or else employee date. Student employee number. Employee number. Which date type, guys? Number date type. Next is name. Varchar2 date type. Next is salary. Number date type. Salaries you may get decimal values also, right?
Yes.
After deducting something. Now I am declaring some 9,2 or else 8,2 you can take. So now I am trying to insert into student values. So next is employee number I have taken 1001. Name is I have taken Venkat. So salary I am taking 29,000 or a 2,90,000 dot some 3 decimal, 4 decimal. What is the issue? Not enough values. Huh? 1, 2, 3, 1. Sorry. Student I have taken a table name is employee 1 table. What is the issue, guys? Employee date, not 1. Employee date table. Value larger than specified precision allowed for this column. How many bytes we are inserting for the precision? 3, 3, 6, 7 bytes. So how many bytes we declared, guys?
8,2.
8,2.
By why it is not accepting 7
In the
bytes?
decimal point it's 4.
Scale is 2 only. We have declared. So
Scale has to be reduced from the
Yeah.
here precision. Then it will allow. So 6 minus 8 minus 2. How many bytes it can accept maximum? How many bytes it can accept now? How many bytes, guys? Do I need to declare total 8?
8.
No, we can, I mean, declare within the limits, right?
Then limit, what is the maximum limit for the precision now? Integer value.
Integer value is 8 and the decimal point is 2.
Then what? So integer value, how many? So how many bytes I can declare? 8? 3?
8 we
Yes.
can-
So 8 I am trying, right?
Yeah.
7 itself it doesn't accepted. How it
No,
will
no.
accept 8?
After decimal, we should keep like 2 scale. Scale is 2.
Then how many bytes this integer it will accept now? 8 bytes I have declared. I'm trying to insert 7
So
now.
byte starts from 0 to 7, right? Or it's a 0 to 1 to 8.
No, that doesn't matter where it starts. The maximum I'm telling. Maximum
Okay,
how
8
many
bytes only. Okay, okay.
8 bytes it is not allowing. See, 7 bytes it is not allowing. What I said,
I mean,
total
okay.
length minus 2. I mean here in this case, 8, right? 8 minus 2. We have to decrease the scale value within the limit. Total, you can consider this is a total. 7 minus 2. 5 bytes only integer it will accept. So in this case, 8 minus 2. How many bytes it will accept? 5
6
bytes.
bytes.
6 bytes. But how many bytes we are trying to insert? See now
8 bytes.
6 bytes it has taken or not? 336. But scale is 2 only, no. But we try to insert 4 bytes. How it is accepted? Let's see the table data. How it is taken? 4, 6 it has taken. That means, is it eliminated these two values? No. You know, right? Value will be rounded. In mathematics, we learned. See, if you take 2 digits only, no? 2 digits means 1, 2. So now the second value will check. Next value is more than 5 or not. If it is more than 5 and more than 5, 5 and more than 5. If it is 5 and more than 5 means it will add 1 to this, 1 to this. Else it doesn't add. For example, 4, 6. Value will be rounded. That's it. See, 4, 5 only it has taken. Why? Because 2 digits it has to accept. 2 digits it will check. The second digit will check the next value. This value, whether it is 5 and above or not. If it is 5 and above, it is 5C, it will add 1 to this. Very simple. It will be round the value, that's it. So that doesn't matter. You never get in real time this one. I'm just explaining you this one. Decimal values requirement. If you get also, you should be ready. Some projects you may get in sales related things, where they get the what is the cost for them, how much cost they bought it, they may get these values. Understand how it is rounded 6, how it is rounded 4, 5. So 2 digits means 2. The second digit will check the third digit because it has to read, it has to taken only 2. The third digit it will check whether third digit is 0.5 greater than or equal to 0.5. That means either 0.5 or above 0.5. It will add 1 to the second digit. If it is 0.4, 0.5 is the condition is true. 0.4 greater than or equal to 0.5. Condition true. Is 0.4 is more than 0.5?
No.
No, false. So if 0. Less than, it's very simple. Remember, 5 and above means it will take 1 to this one. Here 4 only, no. It is not 5 and above. So it doesn't add any 1. That's it. Understand? So in again, within this number data type, we have integer data type also. Integer data type. Even as I said, if you want to insert more than more than 38 digits, you can go for the integer data type. Create table student. Even if you declare integer data type, by default it will convert it to number data type with the maximum size. See, SID integer data type. Integer only SID I have taken to describe the table DESC student. See which data type we have declared, guys.
Integer.
We declare the integer data type, right? But how it is taken?
It's taking maximum length like 38.
Maximum length is which data type it is converted?
Number type.
Number data type. So integer data type also we have. It will take instead of writing number, the size is 38 digits. We directly declare integer. Real time we use more this one. Wherever we can get the number, we can use this one with the maximum size. It will take by default. See, integer data type. The integer data type will be converted as 38 digits. It will convert it to the number data type with the maximum size. What is the number data type maximum size is? 38 bytes. When you declare a size. When you don't declare a size, it can allow maximum also, beyond that also. That's all for today's session, guys. We will see tomorrow, date and date type, large objects, long and draw. Then, I mean, tomorrow in the sense, sorry guys, tomorrow I need to travel to the office. So today is the last free sessions. From, I think, post my office travel, I mean, who and all is enrolled, for them, I will take the session. I mean, I will give the one mobile app link. So they have to install the app. Either they can join from app or they can join the mobile web also. I mean, laptop also they can join. There is a website. Either you can go through with the website or you can join the class where you can, I mean, all recorded sessions will be stored automatically there. So we never use the Zoom. So we will go and attend the, I mean, join from the website. I mean, the app only. The enrolled people will get the link from today. It's, I mean, software links for software download instructions and the meeting links, everything. Okay. So I used to give 5 Fridays free sessions every batch. But this time I need to travel to the office. That's the reason I can't able to provide you guys. Sorry for that. Because Monday only they confirmed. Monday afternoon. Otherwise, if they confirm last week, I could have put 3 days free sessions in promotion itself. Okay. So next class we can see this one. Then we will go for the each command. What is create? What are the examples? How many ways we can use the create command? Then alter these things. Mr. DML command these things. Okay. Next operators. So another 2 classes to take to come to the operators. Okay. So anyone is having any doubts, guys? Any doubts? So if anyone wants to enroll the class, you can contact me for the enrollment so that you will get mobile app access. This recorded sessions also will be stored in the app. So, I mean, software installation instructions, everything you will get it. Okay. Any doubts? Thank you guys. If no doubts, if you are interested for the enrollment, you can contact me. Okay. The recorded session will be uploaded to the YouTube. I will share with you. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.